Hello. Today I wanted to talk about an issue that I've seen arise with students, and that is not knowing when things might be due for them with this new online transition. And so I wanted to show you how you can take a look at the calendar on Canvas. Now, this is really only going to work if Canvas is the platform that your instructor is using. But since I think that most of the FRC instructors are, I'm going to go ahead and show you this way. And it'll show you how to look at your calendar from a couple of different perspectives. And so first thing you'll need to do is go to frc.edu. Now, I know there's the app, and one thing you need to understand about the Canvas app is that it's not the same as going onto Canvas through the website here. And so this is, the video I'm showing you today is for this Canvas site through our frc.edu website. And so you're going to scroll down to these quick links, click on Canvas here, and first thing that you should maybe see, at least this is how mine is set up, is this dashboard. And so it's going to give you all of the courses that you're currently taking. Now, if you're seeing more courses and you don't actually want all your old courses, or maybe you have a course where the teacher isn't using Canvas, which I, again, think most of us are at this point, you can just unstar or star courses as you'd like and go back to the dashboard, and you'll see now that one of my courses is gone. I'm going to go back and add that real quick so it's still there, but this is a way to sort of keep your dashboard looking a little bit cleaner. So we've got a few ways that we can look for upcoming things. First off, right over here on the right are things coming up. Now, this is great. It gives you an idea of the assignments coming up, and you can certainly look at the dates that things would be due here below. But if you're like me, you might want to look at a calendar. I like to look at a calendar to sort of plan out my week. Like, this is great, but I would still need to go in and either write these things down or put these things into my Outlook calendar for me to really know how these assignments fit into my week with all of the other things I've got going on. And so one of the things I like here is you can click on this view calendar up here and let it get there. And there's a few different ways you can look at this. So this would actually be my preferred way here to click on month, because then I can look sort of like, okay, this is what my month looks like for school, right? And then I can then incorporate those in. You can actually move any of this information. You can move this information to any of your other, so a Google Calendar, Outlook Calendar, and it will incorporate it all in for you. And you can choose also, these are the two classes I teach, and so that I'm teaching this semester, and so I can see, okay, what my students will have coming up, what I need to be ready to grade coming up. But say I just wanted to look at one of my courses. Well, I unclick, and each color will coordinate with the color I've given each dashboard or each course box on the dashboard. And so now I can look at, okay, this is what my African American history students have coming up. Here's what all my students have, and here's what my world history students have coming up. And so this is really great because I like a big, I like to look at the big picture. But say I just want to look at what's coming up for this week. Now, it might look like I have nothing, but in truth, if I scroll down here, because most of my assignments are due at the end of a day, then I'm going to see, okay, so it doesn't look like I have much going on for these days, except it looks like if I'm the student here, it looks like I have some things due. So that would tell me that somewhere in this daytime here of these particular days that things are due, that I should be probably working on these things. If they're due at 11:59, I probably don't want to wait until 11 or so that night to work on them. But then I would also be able to see if, as a student, I have other courses that maybe, Friday isn't the best day because I have an exam that day. And so I'd maybe want to work on the topic or the assignments due for world history or African American history on Thursday. But the point being here is it gives you sort of different ways to look at your schedule and what you have coming up. You can also look at the agenda. You'll see up here in the top left corner, we've got the dates that we're looking at here. You can click on, I love this because over here it tells you dates things are actually due, so you can actually click on that date. All right, so next Wednesday I would know that I have, and then it also shows you things coming up after. I would know that I have something due that day for, and then color, right? Color coordinated for my African American history class. So this is just one way that you can look at things coming up from a calendar view. And of course, you can always go to each of the individual courses. Give it a second here and look over here on the right for coming up. And again, you can get into view calendar that way as well, though it will, let's see, so for just this course, it's going to show you, so when you go through each course, it's going to automatically default to just that course. If you want to add in, then you would just need to click that there, okay? But since you've gone through your world, or in this case, the world history course, and I'll show you it would do the same likely for the African American history. So we're going to come up, here's what's coming up for African American history here. Now I'm going to view my calendar. And of course, it defaults me to just that course, but I could add in any other spring courses that I would be having work in. Okay, so that's giving you a few different ways. So you can start at the dashboard here, which is sort of what the first screen you come to. You're going to have all of the assignments listed here, but if you're like me and need a calendar view, you're going to click on View Calendar, and then you're going to choose the way you want to view. Like I said, this is my preferred favorite, but you've got some other things going on. Now you can also add events in, right? So maybe you have things, this can be your main calendar, right? Your teachers have already incorporated stuff for you. Now you can go through. I realize that right now we're not doing a lot of other things besides hanging out at home, but some of you may have jobs you still need to go to, and so you might want to put in some of that information as well. It just gives you a clearer picture of the availability of time you have to work on things before they're actually due. Okay, so hopefully this was helpful for you today. If you enjoyed this resource or would like any other resources, please feel free to contact me. My email is S as in Sam, S as in Sam, V as in Victor, ILICH @frc.edu. That's Svilich @frc.edu, and I will get you any resources that you think would be helpful.